from the San Francisco Bay Area. It's Rhea here from Bridging the Gap, and today I am with Banzuelo, Denise Julia, Shania Gomez, and Young Coco to talk about their new mix show called MYX Hits Different. How are you guys doing today?
Morning.
Good
Good morning, everyone.
Doing
We're
great.
good.
Starting off the day fresh. So, for those who have
Yeah.
just discovered MYX and their new show, MYX is known for showcasing our stories and music that is uniquely Filipino through interviews, live events, and shows. For the show, MYX assigns artists to visit ordinary places outside the studio so that the artists can elevate their creative process and highlight their talents through unique challenges. To start off this interview, I want to ask you all, how did filming your episode help you all figure out how to elevate in your craft?
The new episode for Mix Hits Different. I was super thankful that I got to do the first episode and to actually present it on an honest perspective wherein we're able to show how we work and how we record our music. It feels really nice that we're showing that side of us as artists and not just the final product or what people hear or what people stream out there.
No, Ace, actually, I watched your episode last night and it was so dope seeing you use all simple sounds from making tea into a track. And, I wonder, as you were immersing yourself into your challenge and creating the track, did the ideas of the different sounds or different tools that you wanted to highlight start flowing instantly when you're tapping the teacup, or did it take some time for your ideas to soak in?
I don't want to say that it comes instantly, but as a musician, you make music every day, so it kind of feels like you're at home and doing your thing, and that's the vibe that we had that day. Mix Hits Different felt like home.
Nice. And Shania, I am so excited to tune into your episode because when I'm not doing interviews, I actually work at a dental clinic. So I know the ins and outs of a dental city. So I know the ins and out of the dental setting really well. And I wonder, when you shot your episode at the dental clinic, did you face any fears you had before you participated in your challenge? Because I know the dental clinic is such an unconventional place and to make music, and there's no resonance whatsoever at a dental office.
Well, for me, I feel like I'm kind of lucky. I'm one of those people that didn't really have fears of the dentist or anything. I like to think I had a nice dentist growing up. But it was a lot of fun actually going in there, and you had to use your creativity, I guess, use the things that you had there to kind of just go with the flow. And I don't know, I found it kind of cool. I mean, I enjoyed it. And then even the games that were kind of related to the dentist, I think that was kind of nice too. And I got to see some fake teeth. It was all good.
Well, I'm so happy you had that experience. And you said you guys were playing games, and I saw Ace that he was playing a game too. And what I love about MYX Hits Different, it also highlights your background, and it does it in a creative way to spotlight your own unique stories. And for you, Young Coco, you were raised in Indonesia, and your upcoming episode highlights your multicultural background. And since the Philippines and Indonesia are neighboring countries, and the Filipinos and Indonesians both come from a common Austronesian ancestry, from your perspective, what are the similarities and differences between Indonesian and Filipino culture?
Oh, interesting question. I think I get asked this a lot. And I feel like when you're in the Southeast Asia, I feel like everyone kind of has the same vibe. Obviously, we all come from the same roots. We're all Malay in a way. I don't think there's a lot of differences. I think if anything, we have the same culture of hospitality. We have the whole friendliness and stuff. But I don't know, the main difference that I see is really just the food. Indonesian food is way more spicy. Filipino food is way more sweet. I think that's the biggest difference that I can kind of think of off the top of my head. Yeah.
Nice. At least you get the balance, the sweet and the spicy. Yeah. And Denise, I heard you are known to be fun, fresh, and fashionable. Even through the camera, I can see you're fashionable as well, and it's almost 9:30 in the morning. So what will we learn from you that we haven't showcased to the world yet?
I
think that episode that I filmed, it was very juicy. So there were a lot of questions that I never got to answer before. And of course, like in the fashion side, they made me try out like suits. So I don't really wear suits. I'm very like revealing with my clothes. So it was really hard to, to manage and like style the suit and stuff like that. Like wearing a man's a wardrobe. So I think that's what's most exciting about what I filmed. Yeah.
Do you think you would wear suits like continuing on?
Well, if I wear some, I don't know, lingerie with it, probably, yeah, to make it more feminine. But yeah, I for sure will wear suits and just make it more, maybe just make it more me in a way. Yeah.
Well, we're so excited to see that happening, like not Instagram or whatever project you have in store for us. So, as you all heard in the beginning, I have a podcast called Bridging the Gap with Rhea, where we highlight rising and established talented individuals, their craft, and their story. With that in mind, how do you see MYX Hit Difference bridging the gap between viewers all over the world, where it gathers music lovers to immerse themselves into the evolving music from Philippine X artists, because it hits different?
For me, I feel like this is a really, really great platform. It's a really, really great show. I actually grew up abroad too. I grew up in Canada. So like it's really nice to have shows like this for like especially kids who are growing up abroad and who are Filipino. At least if they watch this show, they can discover other artists that are Filipino, by Filipino artists and everything, and at least like the music will be kind of similar to the taste that they listen to in like whatever country they're in. Because when you think like Filipino pop music, a lot of the times you think of like the stuff that are like from the early 2000s. Well, me, like if I were to be like still in Canada, I'd think of like the stuff in the early 2000s. And Filipino music has really, really evolved since then. I mean, you have all of these amazing artists like here right now, and their music is just like there's so many different styles too. You have like more of the R&B type now, and then you have like more of like the chill sounds and everything. So it's awesome, and I think it's a great way to discover more music. I mean, I feel like you're missing out if you limit yourself to only like one country or only like American music. So yeah, for me, I feel like this is a great show to discover different types.
I think MYX Hits Different really kind of, I feel like as artists, we kind of just show the surface with our music. Like it's very what do you call this? Like outward. And with MYX Hits Difference, it kind of showcases what we have inside, like our substance as people, not just as artists. So it showcases our interests, how you would twist things into like our own way, our own character. So it's really nice to show like our personalities as artists.
Yeah, I just wanted to add to that as well. One aspect of the show that I really enjoyed, especially with the whole Aces episode and part of my episode as well, there was kind of like a deep dive into like my process, and I'm sure that was kind of spoken about with the other artists. Like one cool thing about this platform is like I'm hoping that it inspires like a newer generation to be like, okay, look at Ace's video. Oh, he did that with sounds, look at how he thought about writing and stuff. Like maybe I could do that too. And I think that's super cool.
Yeah, speaking of inspiration and inspiring other people, and it's not just asking people to make music or whatsoever. It's also about, letting people let them be themselves. I mean, like if they see the artists they listen to become themselves on programs like these, that we are super thankful for. Kasi we're super grateful that Southeast Asian artists are given programs and platforms like these, Asian artists in general, actually. And yeah, it's super exciting. And I totally agree with what Shania said earlier. If you're not listening to a lot of Filipino music, you're kind of missing out. So, yeah.
Well, I am so excited to stream all your upcoming music and on the streaming platforms. I've been listening to all your past releases all day today, and everything's on repeat. Congratulations on your feature on MYX Hit Different, and I cannot wait to tune in on the go at MYX.global and MYX on cable and satellite.